Hey guys, and welcome back. Dan Wood with Northern Sun Mercantile. I'm here in our bee yard today. It is February 28th. I'm getting buzzed by bees. It's in the mid 40s, so they're starting to become active, getting out and pooping all over everything. And but these next couple months are absolutely critical for these guys. We're going to make some hard candy boards and get them installed on these. Like I said, it's really critical this time of year to get that done and get these on just in case they're getting low on food. February and March are really where bee colonies tend to die probably the most. They've been clustered all winter, and now they're wanting to develop some brood, so we've got to give them a bump and a little bit of a boost to get them going for the year. As of right now, I've got 3 out of 4 of these guys that are alive. It looks like the nucleus colony that I purchased last year, I don't think is alive. I'll check that once it warms up enough, but right now it's still too cold. Let's go back to the kitchen and I'll show you guys how to make some hard candy, and we'll get that installed on these. Alright guys, I'm here in our home kitchen. I'm going to need a few things for this. It's very simple though. Just a good size stock pot, an instant thermometer, 12 ounces of water, a spoon to stir it all with, 4-pound bag of sugar. I mean, you can double this or whatever you need to do, but the basic recipe is a 4-pound bag of sugar, 12 ounces of water. I like to add a little bit of honeybee healthy to it, and a little scoop of pollen powder. And I just kind of do this by eye. I just sprinkle a little bit on top after the candy is done. But I'll get into this and show you guys exactly how to do this. It's, like I said, it's very simple. Let's get right to it. All right, now to get started, you add the 12 ounces of water to the pan. Get that on, bring that up to a simmer. And I do like to use a lid just to keep the water from evaporating, because if too much water evaporates, your candy can get really brittle. So we'll let that come to a simmer. And while that's coming to a simmer, I use, to put the candy in until it cools, I use just pie tins. I've got 4 pie tins here, which should be just about perfect for 4 pounds of sugar. And then I line them with parchment paper. Just keeps the mess down, makes them easy to transport. So we'll line each of these with parchment paper. Like that. I'll just push it down into the pan. And while they're sitting here, I'll just throw another one in. Like that. And just stack them until I'm ready to fill them. I think I hear the water simmering behind me now, so we'll get back over there. Alright, that's come to a good simmer. I'll turn that down for a minute. Then we add the sugar. 4 pounds of sugar. Now you just want to keep stirring this until it's all incorporated into the water. Stir it up really good. And now we're going to heat this to 250 degrees. And as soon as it hits 250, we'll remove it. Takes about 10 to 15 minutes generally. And we'll put the lid back on while it's heating up here. You do have to stir it occasionally. Now as it comes up to temperature, once it's getting close, it's going to be really bubbly. Alright, now as we get closer, we're going to want to temp this. You can see it's bubbling away. Extremely hot. And you just want to be right at 250 or slightly under. I think we have a ways to go, but it's getting very close. Yeah, it's about 238 degrees roughly, so it's got a little ways to go, so we'll let it go for another minute or so. Alright, I'm betting we're probably there or close enough. Let's see what we got. I like to tip it just so I can get it further down in there. Yeah, we're 247 degrees, which is close enough for me. We'll shut the heat off. And now what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to move it off the heat, just so it doesn't continue to cook. Slide it off the heat. And honeybee healthy, it's just a nice, tracks them to it, gets them up there. It's got some good stuff in it for them, some spearmint oil, lemongrass oil. I'm getting to the end of my bottle, but I usually just do just a little drizzle in there. And then same thing, pollen powder. This is Bee Pro. Stuff lasts forever for me. This is the third time I'm doing this year. And I just sprinkle a little of that on top. And it's getting towards the time when they're going to raise brood. So I'm going to go a little bit heavy on it because the pollen will help them out. Now that things are finally starting to warm up. And then we just got to stir that in really good. I like to stir it in really good just so those chunks kind of break up and just get them all broken right up and stirred in really good. And it's fine if there's a few clumps in there, but you just want to make sure that you kind of get it evenly distributed through there. If you stir it too much, you get a lot of bubbles in it. Doesn't really matter, but all right, now we'll get this poured into the pie tins. These will push in as I pour that down, and then you just want to slowly pour it in there. It makes like a little wafer once it's cooled. And I can always top them off after, but we'll slide that one over there. Try to get an even amount in each one. All right, now getting down to the last two. You can use a rubber spatula to really scrape out the liquid sugar. It doesn't appear that I have one handy, so I'll just use this. And this will just dry into a little hard candy puck. And there, now we just got to let these all cool. They're just a little round sugar disc. And once these are cool, we'll go put them on the hives. All right, guys, it's been a few hours. These are cooled off enough now. I did light the smoker just in case, because I have had the cluster up at the top the last time, so I'll give them a little bit of smoke at the entrance, just like I usually do. Let this block off. Now you want to do this quickly in cold weather. It's above freezing. Looks like there's only a few up top, so I should be able to get this done pretty quick. I usually leave the paper right on. Get that off of here. Still a little bit left from last time. Looks like these guys actually have quite a bit left here, so just this one I'm just going to pack it around, but that's the gist of it. And then you want to get it closed back up as quickly as possible. So I'm not going to put a candy board on this one or a candy wafer on this one because they're pretty good, pretty well situated here. But that's what you want to do. You want to get them. You want to take them. This is what they look like. And I leave the paper right on. I just flip them around. I place them face down on the colony, and it just gives them something to eat when they're out of food. Looks like there's a pretty good cluster underneath the stuff that's there. So this one's pretty well set. I'm going to go ahead and check all the rest of them. I hope this video helped you. I know I struggled to find some videos on how to do this and how to make it all work. There's a shim that I installed here which has an inch of foam in it, and it gives a space for that sugar wafer to be underneath there, but it's an insulated shim. It's got 1 inch foam, and it's also got some of that silver mylar. I can't remember the name of it, but it's got some of that in there too, just to help with top insulation. I also had wrapped these guys in the fall, which seems to be working pretty good, with 1/2 inch foam. Taped it all on, so with any luck these guys are going to make it through. I'm going to go ahead and check all the rest of them, but thank you for watching. If you found any value in this, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I do these videos purely to help people out and for information and just documenting our lifestyle. Have a great day. I'll see you on the next video. I'm just going to pop back in real quick. Checked all of these. It does not appear that my nucleus colony is alive. They all three that are alive, they still have plenty of candy on board, so I'm just going to keep these for later. But I just wanted to pop back in and give that news. So that's actually a really good thing. They still have plenty of food on board. Have a great day.